Hello, my friends. Now that you've spent at least a few weeks practicing QiGong, I can explore some abstract ideas without confusing or distracting you. In later lessons, I'll detail techniques and methods. And for the moment, sit back and let me share some concepts and definitions. For years, people have walked up to me and asked, "What in the heck are you doing?" Depending upon which country I'm in, they may have heard of Qigong or Taiji. Others may have heard of yoga or meditation and think that's what I'm doing. My quick explanation is Qigong is a fun health exercise and meditation that helps my back. Usually this description satisfies them, and it's worth rehearsing your own version. You'll probably use it 100 times over the next few years. And occasionally someone, like you, becomes very interested, and I get the chance to show my nerdy side. So let's try a slightly more romantic, yet equally valid definition. Qigong is a mind-body practice that integrates the whole person to restore wellness. Intention, physicality, and breath are cultivated toward a state of vibrant harmony with the world. It's fun to say that with a flashy movement of the arms and a faraway look in your eyes. And if you can fake a funny accent, use it. Let's get grounded with some actual detail. What does Qigong mean? Qigong. First of all, if you see it written in a language similar to English, it will be spelled in two confusing ways. The most common seems to be QiGong, and the most technically correct is QiGong. While the Q seems strange to English speakers, it's useful because this Chinese sound is not the same as our CH affricate sound. The Chinese also have a CH sound for other words than this one. And listen to a native speaker say it if you're actually learning the language. I will use the Q spelling, as well as the more correct Taiji or Taiji Quan instead of Tai Chi. Qi is a word that I don't like to translate because it has a meaning that doesn't match an English concept. Whenever someone calls it vitality, breath, or subtle energy, half the meaning is lost. Yet, I'll also try, and inevitably fail, to explain this vast concept in a short lesson. Our existence in an infinite universe filters through a mind that experiences everything as dualistic. Yin and yang, this and that, down and up, inside, outside, cold and hot, tea leaves and water. I am currently drinking delicious golden water turtle oolong tea from 7 Cups. Highly recommended. When those seemingly separate forces interact, the kind of dynamic exchange occurs. This vibrant exchange is what we call qi. And I'll repeat that in another way. When any two things share a relationship, that interchange is the source of qi. That's why we can say that qi is absolutely everything in the world. Qi isn't a single thing. It's a name that we give to relationships, transformation, and change. And our whole world is seemingly one of change. We can only talk about qi when we define what it does and what interactions are creating the qi. In a broad sense, when the forces that make our atmosphere blend and develop things like clouds, wind, and rain, we call it the qi of the sky, tian qi. When the elements associated with the earth form together, and they form things like mountains and valleys and rivers, we may call these relationships the qi of the earth. When the qi of the sky descends and the qi of the earth ascends, they interact and give birth to all the fun stuff that we call life. And we label this the qi of humanity. Let's talk about your human experience. Imagine that the mind is the sky and your body is the earth. The interaction between the mind and body generates the qi that we cultivate during QiGong. And this relationship expresses itself in the form of breath, emotions, sensations, etc. And altering the mind adjusts the body and qi. Adjusting the body shifts the mind and qi. These endlessly interact and transform all the experiences in between. Let's get even more specific. Suppose I talk about all of the capacities of our body-mind to keep us safe and protected from the elements in nature. In that case, we call that collection of relationships defensive qi. This defensive qi can function well or poorly, depending upon all the facets required to do its job. We may even examine only its capacity to withstand invading pathogens and call it upright qi. Are you able to understand the remarkable flexibility of this term? I can use the word qi to talk about the interchange of grand forces like colliding galaxies, or minute interactions that lift your finger. The emotions you're experiencing right now are movements of qi from the interaction of your mind and your body. My capacity to hold tea is an interaction between my arm's dynamic forces and the cup's static force. This would be the qi of tea. But don't tell anyone I said that. When I lift my teacup, I can do it fluidly using the whole of my arm, or just a single joint. If I raise my arm like a chicken's wing, the movement is broken, and it does not flow through smoothly. If, however, I shape my body appropriately, and the qi of tea goes all the way through my arm to lift the cup, then we can say that the qi in my arm is either broken or through. Throughness is a crucial topic, and will get its own session later. Recall to yourself the last time that you witnessed an interaction between the sky and the earth when the qi became stormy and destructive. Now, remember a favorite moment when the sky and the earth were harmonious and beneficial to life. It's quite different, and easy to see how one interaction is more restorative to humans. It's valuable to record how each of these weather patterns made you feel in your journal. Examine this within your human experience. Think of the last time you experienced an internal storm that created havoc. How were your mind and body clashing in ways that caused you discomfort? Reflect on a time when you experienced harmony between your mind and body. How did it feel? Which of the two experiences are better for your well-being? And these are manifestations of the state of your qi. Write down those two extremes and describe it as though you're a meteorologist on TV. Describe the weather system between the earth and sky of your being. Now you have an idea why some people call qi the energy of life. And let's look at the other word in QiGong. Gong is often translated as work, exercise, or skill, and particularly refers to effort over a long period of time. Putting the words together, QiGong refers to the systematic cultivation of the vital qi of our body-mind. My recommendations during practice aim to create ideal conditions for a healthy internal ecosystem. It's essential that you understand these differences in your personal experience. We are using snake and turtle to carefully restore a harmonious body-mind. This is a condition of alert presence, physical vitality, and a peaceful heart. That's a healthy state for human chi, and is your birthright. How does that sound to you? So the next step. The next lesson, we'll go further into basic QiGong concepts and terminology. It's important to know what I'm talking about when using these specific expressions. Reach out to the community if any of this feels confusing or mysterious. They are actually straightforward concepts, and grasping them will unlock profound possibilities. Homework. Use the image of your body-mind as a weather system. How would you describe your day-to-day experiences? If you tend toward anger, what does this emotion feel like in your body? Is it hot or cold? Does it move up or down? Is it fast or slow? What about sadness? Fear? What is the state of your mind during these emotions? What is the condition of your body? Could you have one without the other? What would happen if you changed one of those factors during the emotion? Write these things down in your journal and share some of them in the comment section. You will be surprised at how similar everyone's experience is to your own. This terminology becomes a valuable way to share our experiences with others and to see ourselves as part of the natural world. Happy training.